Good morning, 330 to go. How are we doing this morning? It is April 30th, and I am here for another episode of Sports Talk, brought to you by 330 to go. And I am your host, as always, on this show, Matt McGall. Right down here in the comments, dropping it in there, letting you guys know good morning. All right, before anybody starts getting all excited, sitting back, getting your coffee, getting ready to hear all the local sports news, all that national news. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, follow us across all those social media platforms, right? I need you guys to do that. So show a little love and do so. I'm going to run the ticker across the bottom for a moment. But before you guys know this, I always love to get in, talk high school baseball right now. We're talking some lacrosse. I'm going to be talking track here in the next couple of weeks just because everyone's getting ready for the state finals. So we want to be able to give you guys any type of coverage we can for all these high school athletes that are just busting their butt and putting in all that time and effort. And now it's going to culminate for them for the opportunity to take on and potentially bring a state title to their high school. More goes into sports than just the people that are on the court, on the field. There's everybody. You guys have heard me talk about it. Everyone from the concession stands all the way to the band. All right. And I've been hitting at this for a couple of weeks now, and we were finally able to lock him down. Mr. Brian Campbell from St. Vincent St. Mary. We are going to welcome him to the show. Mr. Campbell, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful. It's great to be on with you. It's a great day and just excited about being here today.
I appreciate that. So we've been teasing everybody on the show for a while, talking about you coming on doing an interview because you guys had an amazing opportunity a few weeks ago. You got to go over to Ireland. Can you tell us, first of all, how does that even happen?
It was a long process. Basically, with that, we had to submit a video application. I had to get a letter of recommendation. And this was done 2 years ago in the making. Oh, wow. They're booked out, for the next 3 years already for the next so many years parades. And then we got accepted. And then basically it was all the fundraising and getting the school was all behind it. The alumni came out of just everywhere to help support us financially to make this where every student was able to go and enjoy this wonderful trip.
It looks amazing as we see the video scrolling across of all of the band members. I mean, just what made you even think that this was a possibility? Like, what popped into your head that you're like, you know what, I gotta take my act from Summit County all the way over to Ireland. Like, what was that? What was the driving force for you?
Well, the driving force, many years ago, I was hired in here at St. Vincent St. Mary, and one of the things they wanted us to do was get back to New York City for the parade. So we did the New York City St. Patrick's Day parade. We've done Chicago, and the gentleman I work with that plans my trips and kind of does this, he's been to Ireland for the last 20 years doing bands over there. And he goes, you are the perfect group to go over there. He goes, you're the Fighting Irish. They will love you over there. Your community will support you. And he just pushed me enough that I applied and we got in.
See, that just sounds too simple. There's a lot of time and energy that goes into that. You'd said, what was that, 20 plus years ago? How long officially have you been at St. Vincent St. Mary?
This is going into my 26th year, if you can believe that.
I can believe that because believe it or not, who was your favorite student of all time for music appreciation that graduated in 2001 that currently has a bald head? Could you answer that?
Matt, it's you, man. I just remember having you in class, man. It was fun back then.
I'm sure you're being nice. And
that's I enjoyed everything, man. I enjoyed
that's what 26 years of you being beaten down have softened you, to not be brutally honest. But no, I mean, in all serious and all fun, 26 years there. How are you still doing that? In this day and age, in 2024, kids are totally different than when I was there. And I know that that's cliche that everyone always says, time evolves and that. But what continues to make you jump up every day, go to St. V, teach, take on responsibilities like this to give your guys, your athletes, they're athletes. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anybody says. They're athletes. Your athletes, the opportunity to broaden their sphere so much of their creativity. What is that for you? How do you still have it?
It's
What's the
just
secret sauce?
the kids themselves in the community here at St. Vincent Mary High School. It's a family, and just to come in, I could be having the worst of days, and I get in front of the band and we just start making music and having fun. And we even had joke time a couple days ago. They thought I was going off the deep end, but I said, we just need to boost the mood here. And then all of a sudden they just started playing wonderful. So it's just working with great people, having great support. The community here has opened me with open arms and has just taken me under their wing as a young teacher. And it's just to grow with these students, and they just make it fun. I'm having fun every day, so I don't feel like I've been here 26 years.
See, they say that. Someone once told me, you find a job and you have fun doing it, it's not going to feel like a job. And that's honestly what you just essentially described. What's your history of your background, okay, as a person that led you to this? Because you're basically you're working with students and you're trying to basically get that creative light bulb to take off. I mean, it's art in a sense. I mean, it is art. I shouldn't say in a sense. Where are you? How do you make it fun? How do you get that relationship to where you're cracking jokes? Because everyone always just goes, it's the band. And it's not the band. I mean, when I was there and all of a sudden I'd hear that drum going, and as a football player, nothing made me more excited. Granted, we were probably down by 21 points at that point, but there's something to that. It's just a domino effect. So where are you pulling that creativity to try to inspire these students and your athletes?
I mean, you try to get to know the kids on a personal level, feel what they do. And then you try to basically pick music they'll like. And, if you show a passion for something, and I just enjoy working with them and making music. And I've always enjoyed working with kids from a younger age, before in high school, working with them, and they keep you young. We've had teachers here forever that are still here. And I swear it's just something with the kids that they just keep you busy, and just seeing the smiles on their faces. When we went to Ireland, I mean, they didn't want to leave. They wanted to stay over there. They just loved it. They didn't know what to expect about it, but it was a perfect trip. I cannot say enough about the kids and everything.
What was the travel itinerary? I mean, left out of Cleveland, and was there layovers?
Nope. We had a direct flight from Cleveland into Dublin.
Wow. All right.
Yep. They just started.
How many hours was that?
About 5.5, 6 hours to get there, and about 7.
It?
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I could be there this afternoon. No kidding.
Highly recommend it.
So what, outside of marching down the street, being a part of that, what was something else that just took Ireland to another level for you that you were like, wow, this is bigger than just me getting the band over here? What else did you guys do while you're there on that itinerary?
It's the culture. I mean, we went to the castles, we went to Kilkenny, we went to the Ring of Kerry's, Killarney, and just let the kids also, be out there in the community, going to restaurants, going to different events, and just seeing it and seeing the people. We got to do a sheep herding. Dogs came in and herded the sheep, and we got to do a presentation there. And it was just, I mean, the people over there are just so welcoming to us.
See, it's that Irish. Yep. It's as soon as they saw that you were one of their own, you were wearing the right colors, and they were just excited for you guys to be there. So what's on the horizon for this year? Do you have any camps coming up? Is there anything going on that you are running over the summer? Like, what do you have going on?
Later in June, I think June 10th, I'll have a junior high camp for any students out there that would like to come for junior high camp here at the high school. And then I'll have a couple weeks off, and then it's getting ready for marching band and getting ready for a wonderful football season. Hopefully 5 extra games. We have a new coach with Coach Grant. I'm excited about that.
He's a very good
community
coach.
Here is just always been supportive of the band program here. And it's just, I kind of call it more of a college atmosphere than a high school atmosphere. It's just, everybody's very supportive. Everybody here at the school I saw Mrs. Arlem on there saying shout out to her. Her son loves the band. I got him a drum. He carries it around at his house. So
That's
just
awesome.
wanted to shout out to them. Saw that come through.
So where do you pull the music? You said music's always evolving, and somebody had put on here one sound, one voice, which that's from Drumline. And it got me actually thinking as soon as I saw that. Remember at the point where they were trying to mix some of the new with some of the old? Yeah. How hard is that to do? And it's something you got to stay true. I would think you'd want to stay true to that because that's where the baseline starts, is that music that was before us. So how do you mix in, the Temptations and with, well, I don't know, Drake or Future or whoever it is right now? How do you do that?
A lot of it, the newer stuff, I rely on my students because they know more of it and things like that. So I'll throw some stuff, I always joke, I throw a bunch of songs into a jukebox and start playing it. Okay. And if I get through the whole song, I like it. If I get through about 20 seconds and I'm bored, we're on to a new song and things. And then it's also fitting the music to the group. What's my instrumentation? Like what, do you have a stronger this or that, trying to make the band sound as good as you can. So I try to fit the music to that. We had a blast in Ireland. We did Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi, and there were people we had a lot of stops and starts, and there were just people singing along. So I'm looking to do maybe a sing-along show possibility with music that people could sing along to. Something unique.
That's what makes it different. That's why you've been doing it for 26 years. It's that creativity of never stopping and of always evolving. And that's unique. So that's very commendable to you. And that's exactly why you're still there. And I appreciate that because God knows I was not a good student, but I really did enjoy music appreciation. You made it fun.
Don't cut yourself short,
Well, I got to keep it real and honest. There's too many people watching that know that if I start making up stuff, they're going to know I'm BSing. Okay. Yeah. So, but what is it that you look for when you said that you're kind of trying to tailor to that sound, the ability of people? What is it that you're looking for out of a band member? What's your ideal student band member? Because in football sports, you're looking for a kid, obviously, who listens, that wants to participate, that is a good teammate. I got to think those exact same things roll over. But you say it you tell me out of your mouth what it is that you're looking for.
I'm looking for someone that's dedicated, that's willing to work with others, that takes responsibility, that is a leader. Yep. I'm looking for leaders. Because being in band, besides playing music, it's also a lifelong lesson, that you can take into your job, take into your family. Because we are one family in the band program, we're not always going to agree with each other, but you got to agree to disagree, or you got to learn to work with other people and be willing to be there and put in the hours. It's not easy. It's a lot of time. When we go to camp, it's almost like 3 days when we do that, so it's morning, afternoon, evening rehearsals, and just to do what we can do.
I think that's amazing because it should be looked exactly like that. Everything that we're doing as an extracurricular activity is a lifelong big picture lesson. And I try to beat that into my own son's head all the time. And he's like, Dad, I don't want to hear it. But Mr. Campbell, I honestly applaud you. I appreciate your ability to take that step with the band because it gets a knock. And that's one thing that having the opportunity to be on this platform and be able to talk sports. I've always wanted, I said from the beginning, it's not just going to be what's on the field. We need to talk to everybody because you're right. It's one big family. That's the way we look at 330 is we're all 330 here. It's all one where everyone knows everybody, so honestly, Coach, I appreciate you. So you're doing a commendable job. And next time you guys are down for the St. Patrick's Day parade down at Akron, I'm going to do my best to sing along. Okay. And just give you as much of Ireland. Great. It's going to sound really bad.
It'll sound fine. It'll sound fine.
Horrible liar.
I just want to shout out, I know it's a sports talk show. I'm a big sports guy. I got to shout out all of our teams here at St. Vincent St. Mary High School. Our baseball team's doing a wonderful job. My oldest daughter plays softball, so we were at the game last night. We got the tournaments coming up, track and field, lacrosse, boys tennis. Did I miss any?
Track?
Track.
Is
Yep. Track.
truck,
Dan, Mr. Lancianis is still here getting them running.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I
Mr.
don't know what.
Lancianis was my flag football coach.
Yeah,
Think
oh
about
my
that.
gosh. So, but
That's how old I'm 41.
oh,
Gosh,
don't
we're
say
talking
that. Don't say you're 41.
too old. The gray
No.
hair is there. I'm
Yeah.
too transparent. So
But yeah.
no, St. V's doing some big things. And like you said, with all the new movement of coaches coming in there, baseball coach Shepard over there, I had an opportunity to coach with him in the past
Yep.
with the Kenny Lynn.
Yep.
So,
Good old Kenny. Yep.
so
That takes me
it's
back.
6 degrees of separation, 6 degrees
Yep.
of separation. So again, thank you so much for taking time out to this morning to talk with us, to bring a spotlight over to St. V's band. I will be at a few football games this year, I'm sure.
Gotcha.
So when I'm coming over.
Come on over.
And we got to get a cameo. We got to get
to.
the band on. We'll get a little
Oh,
selfie video and we'll put it on the
We'll
show.
have some new stuff for you. We'll get some stuff. Send me some songs you'd like to hear.
Oh my God. Don't even tempt me.
Hey, I take
like
requests.
Hey, that's perfect. I got $5 to put it in the jukebox.
There you go.
If it plays, it plays. I appreciate it. So, Mr. Campbell, thank you so much for coming on. Any last words that you want to say?
Just shout out to all the bands out there. You make it work, and just everybody. It's a big community here at St. Vincent High School. I just wanted to shout out all the alumni in this community that's helped support us get to Ireland. We were able to do it. We raised over 100,000, and I cannot say enough for all the different activities we did.
Hey, that's awesome, commendable, and congrats. And always a friend of the show, and appreciate you as always coming on, Mr. Campbell.
Okay, well, thanks, Matt. I appreciate all you guys do over there at 330 to go.
Thank you so much. Take care. You have a great rest of the day.
You too. Thanks so much. Bye.
Well, guys, there you have it. Mr. Brian Campbell from St. Vincent Mary coming on. Awesome interview. If you're just tuning in right now, as soon as it's over, scroll back, rewatch it. You guys don't want to miss that. That's a lot going on over there at St. V, and a lot of positive good things. And that's exactly why we wanted to have him on the show, because that's just an amazing experience to be able to go over to Ireland and kick it. If I was going over to Ireland, I would have definitely had pints and stuff. But that to me was, as a high school kid, are you kidding me? What an experience. So congratulations, and very commendable. Speaking of high school, a lot going on, like we always mention with baseball. Let's run through these scores real quick. Woodridge 5 over Coventry's 2. St. Vincent St. Mary, who we just talked about, 6-3 winner over Nordonia. Highland, an 8-3 winner over Copley. Streetsboro beats Norton 11-0. Manchester, a 4-3 winner over Canton South. CVCA picks up a 6-1 win over Orville, and Northwest beats Fairless 6-5. As you can see, I keep looking up here. I need to figure out a way to be able to read the scores and not look like I'm just my attention deficit disorder is kicking in and I'm just searching every which way but where it is. So that's why I'm looking in the corner. So I'm gonna grab it and hold it down here because it was bothering me. If you're not watching, it's probably not bothering you, but if you saw my eyes, it was bothering me. Softball, Louisville, 12-2 winner over West Branch. Highland beats Cuyahoga Falls 1-0. Norton, an 11-2 winner over Cloverleaf. Wooster beats Smithville 7-6. Rootstown, 8-2 winner over Lake Center. And Wadsworth beats Solon 3-1. Copley finishes off Revere 12-9. And that wraps up softball for high school sports around 3-3-0. Over on the lacrosse side of things, a couple of scores for the boys. Canfield beats Canton Central Catholic 10-9. Stow beats St. Vincent St. Mary 8-3. Green puts a 20 spot on Lake, who only had 6. That's a big win right there for Green, especially down there in the Federal. CVCA, a 15-1 winner over Benedictine. On the girls' side of lacrosse, Hudson, a 16-5 winner over Western Reserve. Hoover, 19-6 against Shaker Heights. Copley beats Avon 8-5, and Lake gets revenge for the boys' side on the girls' side, beating Green 15-3. So a lot of points scored by one squad. Just on one side, on the boys, it was Green, and on the girls' side, it was Lake. So tough go at it there for sure. Moving along, baseball. Let me make sure I have everything set up here because there's a couple of things I was going to show that I thought were pretty neat. This helmet right here is absolutely awesome. Take a look. Stop listening to me. Look at your phone. Look at whatever device. That might be one of the coolest baseball helmets I've ever seen to date. I guarantee you now it's going to get really cool. But this is the New York Mets. And as you can see, there's the bridge running right across them. Very simple. The uniform was super cool. They didn't really help in the scoreboard because the Cubs still beat the Mets 3-1. But Mets should have got 3 runs just for having an awesome helmet. I just think that was really neat. I'm into that stuff. Uniforms, logos. I don't know why. I'm a nerd that way. The Nationals beat the Marlins 7-2. Orioles beat the Yankees 2-0. Blue Jays topped the Royals 6-5 on Turner's 2 home runs. That helps beat the Blue Jays catapult over top of the Royals. The Rays pick up a 1-0 win over the Brewers, and the Rays also introduced the new logo. You guys see that right there? Yes, that is the Ray itself, and that's a skateboard. I'm going to have to look into why a skateboard was relevant. I don't know if it's kind of like a street thing that they're doing because there is this like city street uniforms. So I'm kind of wondering if that's what it is. Kind of has like, that what was that video game? I think it was like NBA Major League Street Baseball. Super cool, but different. I like the colors. I think the colors pop. Can't really figure out the skateboard. Doesn't matter because the Rays still win 1-0 over the Brewers. So good for them. All right. Twins, a 3-2 winner over the White Sox. Angels beat the Phillies 6-5. 2 runs were scored on a wild pitch that helped the Angels beat the Phillies. So, when you ever seen how deep that backstop is? I mean, think about it just in high school. As a catcher, the craziest place I ever had to play that I got so nervous was Canal Park. You let a ball get down there past you and someone's on first, you might as well just pick them up and teleport them to third base. That is such a long run back there. And at the major league level, it gets even worse. So a pass ball goes by and there you go. You got 2 runs scored off of that pretty easy. So it still happens even in the pros. Reds, a 5-2 winner over the Padres. Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks 8-4. The Mariners 2 to the Braves 1. Mitch Garver hits a homer in the 9th that helps the Mariners win. And the A's round up Major League Baseball with a 5-1 win over the Pirates. So moving on to the NBA last night. Very entertaining. I did fall asleep at the end of the Lakers Nuggets game. And yeah, there it is. Here's the score right there. The Lakers lose 106-108 against the Nuggets. The Nuggets win the series. And guess who they are moving on to play? The Minnesota Timberwolves. That is going to be a great series because the Minnesota Timberwolves did not waste any time. They straight up swept the Phoenix Suns, the team that I was talking about the last couple of weeks, as if I thought they were going to make a run in the NBA playoffs. I think what we're starting to realize is I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so as much as I sit and get on other comments or I have judgments, I'll go back and make fun of myself. I was dead wrong. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Booker, you guys all bamboozled me. You guys made me believe that you are actually that is too much talent to get swept. That is way too much talent to get swept. What is that? The poor man's version of Miami Heat? Okay. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Yeah. You're not going to win 1, 2, or 3 or 4. This isn't like when LeBron was sitting there telling him how many rings. It's not happening. Okay. Phoenix Suns, but the Lakers, they're not the biggest bust in NBA playoff history. Stop it. The biggest one would have been, what was that year that Denver beat Seattle? Remember when Dikembe Mutombo was laying on the floor and he had the ball? That was like an 8-versus-1. That was the biggest bust. All right. So, yes, I will agree with that. Durant hasn't shown he can lead, and that is a fact. You need the Golden State Warriors. So the best thing for Kevin Durant at this point is either the Seattle gets a new team, the Supersonics come back, or he goes back to the Thunder. Okay. So, staying on topic because I was starting to get off there and lose track of it. LeBron, did anybody see at the end the interview? They asked him, "You coming back to play for the Lakers?" He goes, "I'm not answering that question right now. You better start cleaning off the seats at InfoCision. Okay. We're going to pack it again. He's coming home again. I'm calling it. I think he comes back to Cleveland and Cleveland drafts his son. And there it is. I'm just calling my shot, call it a bold prediction. I'm more than likely going to be completely wrong. But what is not wrong is Denver beats LA and takes on Minnesota in the next round. Other news last night in the NBA, the Celtics and the Heat played. It looked like there was going to be a comeback. It didn't. They fell short, and that's how it went. And did anybody happen to see this play? It's a bad view of it, but the point of what I'm showing you here is there's a whistle called, all right? I'm going to keep playing it. There's a whistle called, and the play's over, and Tatum decides he's going to take an extra shot. Like, I mean, whistle blown, 1,000, 2 Mississippi, and then Tatum decides to shoot. All right? Well, we've seen this before in the NBA. Guys will go in and try to finish with a layup, and then the defender for the other team jumps up, snatches the ball out of the ground or out of the air, doesn't allow them to see it go in. That's essentially what was happening right here. Bam Adebayo steps up, puts his hand straight up, okay? And there it is. He comes back, puts his hands up, turns around, but you see right there, that foot lands on his. Guess what they turn around and do? They end up putting, they go and review it because in the NBA, this is the universal signal by every NBA player when they don't like something or they question it. At first, when people would do that, I'd be like, I'm going to take the benefit of them. I'm going to give them, the benefit of that. Hell yeah, they didn't touch it, run it back. And they're right. The NBA players do that. And then when you see the replay, it's not even close. And I'm talking about when they act like the ball's tipped and they didn't touch it and the other team touched it and they want to have it reviewed. It's BS. Okay. It's straight BS. This is BS. What? He's not even looking at him. If you really go and watch the play again in its full entirety, not slow motion, you will see as soon as he puts his hands up, he turns and looks away. He wasn't doing that intentionally. It was an accident. Jason Tatum gets to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 because they deemed that unnecessary. Okay. Good job, NBA. This is why you're getting a bad knock. Okay. You're getting a bad knock because you're making it soft. And by that, I don't mean like the guy should be out there just, stepping on people's ankles and making people get hurt and all this, blah, blah, blah. That's just ridiculous. That's just a soft call. Don't agree with it. Is what it is. I'll move on. So, Celts beat the Heat. They're up 3-1 in that series. And then the Thunder just straight take care of the Pelicans, get the brooms out because that's what it was. It was a sweep. Kind of looked like it was going to be a game. 97-89. They end up winning. And yeah, that's just the Pelicans should have never been there. But let's take a look at the playoff scenarios right here real quick. There it is over on the West. You can see the Thunder move on. The Clippers and the Mavs are all tied up at 2 games apiece. Mavericks, I think, are coming out of that. I think that Thunder and Mavericks are going to pair up there in the second round. Very interesting to see how this all shakes out. I just don't see anybody beating the Nuggets. I just don't. But, man, the Timberwolves are going to I think the Timberwolves are going to give them a heck of a series. We will see. All right, let's check out the East over here. There's the Celts and the Heat at the top. Boston is leading that 3-1. And there are our Cavs. And oh no, after a 2-0 lead, we're back to 2-2 because we thought there was going to be a Cavalanche. I'm going to be honest with you. That Cavalanche was us crumbling. That's what's happening. We've literally done everything to make the Magics believe. Too young of a team, no pure playoff leader on Orlando, and we're going to give them this false sense of hope. It shouldn't even be a series, okay? Cleveland's going to make it one, okay? The only way I'm going to press the alarm button, okay, is if we just straight get blown out tonight. If we get blown out. If you just take care of the home court advantage in the series, you win it. Will it go 7? Probably. Okay, probably. But you win on your court, you do your job. What are we talking about here? What we're talking about is how we're going to play Boston in the second round. and good luck. The only thing that can maybe slow that down is that ankle of Tatum's does dinged up, and he's not available because Porzingis, he got hurt as well, and I think that's a calf strain. They said that wasn't an Achilles tear or anything like that, but I think it's a calf strain. And let me tell you, from somebody who tore their calf muscle just walking, that's right, this guy, straight up, tore a calf muscle doing nothing, not even anything remotely athletic, just tore it. Those strains, oh, those things hurt. I'm a big baby. Porzingis is an athlete. He'll probably be back playing tonight, okay? But I don't know. If the Cavs can somehow get it together, get into the second round, could get rather interesting. The Pacers and the Bucks are in shambles, and Doc Rivers, you've done it again. Indy is leading 3-1 in this game. It's tonight. TNT is what it is. And there it is. Also, Cavs are on NBA TV tonight. This is good. Every time they seem to be playing on Bally's, I think, no, we got blown out the one night they were on Bally's. So down at the bottom, there's the Knicks and the 76ers. Let me go ahead and hide this real quick so we can see that. The Knicks are leading that series 3-1, and more than likely they will be moving on to play Indy, it's looking like, in the second round. So the Celts, if you've ever had a year to win it, this is it. There's no excuses. If you don't win it this year, it's not a happening, in my opinion. All right, moving on. We've already talked a little Major League Baseball, NBA news, NFL news to wrap it up for the day. The Browns had a draft over the weekend, and gosh, did they hit about everything that we talked about. There's your D tackle in Mike Hall. There's your wide receiver and Thrash out of Louisville. There's your linebacker, Watson. You pick up a lineman too, Zinter. Don't like it that he's from the team up north, but hey, I'll deal with it. Okay. Harden and Briggs. They did a great job of just adding pieces and parts to depth. Is that not nice? That is so not normal for the Cleveland Browns to just be adding depth. Love it. Love it. Great draft. Not super sexy. Nothing great. But these pieces and parts, we'll see. Andrew Berry has drafted a wide receiver every year that he's been the GM. We're going to have to start diving into that as we're getting into, like, you know, really the preseason. Are any of these receivers panning out, though? I mean, we've had David Bell, Donovan Peoples-Jones. I don't think Schwartz was one. I don't think Schwartz was one of his. Actually, it might have been. Oh, God, I hope it wasn't. So, but if that kind of makes the point, aren't even panning out. So the Thrash kid, I get excited. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully he ends up panning out, but a lot of movement going on with the NFL. I think everyone's still talking about the Penix pick at 8. Kirk Cousins. How does Kirk Cousins feel? I think Kirk Cousins feels pretty good. The guy's made $500 million off of one playoff win. Okay. I don't think he cares. They could have drafted 9 quarterbacks. Kirk still got his money. He doesn't care. Are you kidding me? It's odd. I don't know what Atlanta's doing. Makes about 0 sense to me. It is what it is. Another guy in Ohio native, Travis Kelce, man, got paid yesterday. Got paid again. $34 million more on top of that deal, making him the highest paid tight end. Highest paid tight end, and he's out on the weekend catching balls from Mahomes at a charity event, all while jumping up there and auctioning off Errors tickets. Yes, you heard that right. He jumped up and said, my significant other is going to donate tickets. So if I would have been there, I would have been trying to buy them because God knows I want to go see Tay-Tay. All right. We talked the other about a week ago about the Browns helmets, the white ones. That was big news. That was very interesting. The other news I want to start bringing out is they're going to have a third alternate helmet. Yeah, you heard it. There's talk of it. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. Very interested to see what it looks like. I would love to see the elf or the dog on the side of the head, the helmet, I should say. That'd be sweet. Okay. Because this is what's going on in the NFL. They're starting to really turn into college. These uniforms are finally getting fun. Okay. Right up there, you guys see it. Those are 3 different optioned helmets. the obviously standard Houston Texans one right in the middle, but the helmet on the right that you're looking at with the H, super sweet. Okay. Super sweet. But the one on the left, that red one with the blue horns going through it, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Smooth, sweet. Nice job, Houston. God, you guys are getting all the pieces and parts down there, and I'm going to hate watching it, but you guys are going to end up battling with KC. We're going to see a CJ Stroud Mahomes battle, and that's going to be the new flavor in the AFC for the years to come, potentially. And as it was mentioned right there with 330, what he's talking about, and the bubble helmets. Bubble helmets, they're actually called Guardian caps. Okay, so let's learn something new today. Guardian caps. Okay. Katie says, curious to see if they actually get used in the game. Katie, what Katie's talking about is the same thing. The Guardian caps are going on. They've approved those. I think they're going to end up allowing those to get used. And I would kind of like to probably see it with the interior linemen. More so probably with defensive linemen. I think that'll even help the running back. The running back may not have to be wearing that Guardian cap, but if you're getting hit by somebody with it, it's those head-to-heads, those bumps, those constant banging. It makes sense. It really does. Ultimately, I think somewhere down the line, they're going to take the cap that's on the outside and somehow figure out how to get it on the inside and just make the helmet even bigger, because there's a marketing there. They want that logo to be seen. So maybe they're going to use a certain kind of material that the logo can still be on the side of that Guardian cap. But the NFL is very particular about how things look. They literally fine people for not wearing white socks. Okay. They're about their money. They're about their marketing. Rightfully so. Makes sense. So it's going to be interesting. I kind of see where Katie's coming from and wondering are they going to use it? If they're approving it, there's a good chance they're probably going to start trying to use it. That they will all look like dark helmets from Spaceballs running around. Very well could. I mean, have you guys seen the oversized hat yet? It's essentially what it's going to be. I mean, I wouldn't get all, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. But I know that in the high school level, a lot of the athletes are using it. So, food for thought as we get going through it. There they are right there. There's the Guardian cap right there. There's Miles. And there's Jedrick Wills. There's Jedrick Wills. Gosh, God blessed. You're going to get me fired up about Jedrick Wills. Completely getting beat. Granted, he's getting beat by one of the best defensive ends of all time, probably, but still, it just gives me another reason to complain about Jedrick Wills. So moving along, guys, at the end of the day, I'm an agent. Okay. That means I'm a real estate agent. You are thinking about buying a home. Even if you just want to go look, call me. If you don't think you can get approved for a new home, call me. If you're thinking about selling your home because you want to relocate, downsize, any of the above, call me. Okay. Basically, what I'm saying is anything related to a house, buying, purchasing, real estate, it doesn't matter who you know. You got to call me. You got to see what's going on. You got to see what I can do for you. All right. I got other tricks up my sleeve. Okay. I can do other things. I can multitask. All right. Don't just think because I'm on here talking sports that I can't sell homes. Okay. All right. Gotta. I have. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that stumble? Gotta. All right. I have a few closing this week. So that's a good thing. A closing is the house is finally coming to an end, and my sellers are going to be super excited because they're going to, their bank accounts are going to increase. So, happy to help anybody. Give me a call. All right. Give me a call if you're thinking about any of that. Right here at the bottom, I'm going to run it right across the bottom. There is all my information. Feel free to reach out. Give me a buzz. Know your worth. All right. Everyone knows an agent. You don't know me. Okay. So give your boy a call. All right. Give me a call. See what I can do. I'll make it easier for you. Right. That's just not a catchphrase. That's life. Think of it. All right. I can make it easier for you. All right. So thanks for thinking of me. All right. Don't just think of me tonight or tomorrow. Actually, today's Tuesday, right? Is today Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. April 30th. Get it together, Matt. End of the show. Tomorrow, back here at 7 a.m. Okay, tune in. Listen to Jess. Jess kills it every Monday and Wednesday, and you should be doing the same by tuning in. And right now, take a moment, share this out. Give it a like. Go back, watch it. We had St. Vincent St. Mary band director Brian Campbell was on at the beginning of the show talking about their awesome trip to Ireland. We ran through a bunch of high school sports, baseball, softball, lacrosse. You guys have anything going on? We're going to be getting into the playoffs here real soon. All right. So I know you're out there watching, listen. I know you guys have kids that are playing those sports. Guys, share that information. Direct message me. I would love to be able to bring a spotlight to it. Okay. It's only good if I know about it. So I will be back here Thursday because today is Tuesday, not Thursday, Matt. I will be back here Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Wrapping up, hopefully, Cavs up. Hopefully, Cavs are up 3-2 by then, and we're talking about how they have righted the ship. All right, we'll see. So till then, you guys stay nice, play nice in the comment section, and give me a like, give me a share, give me a follow, and then tune back in Thursday morning when I come back here at 9 a.m. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day.